Let you in on an aspect of the world that you're not normally accustomed to.
I could have been a totally different person.
Yeah, right now.
Since 12 hours ago.
Could have been wearing a business suit today. Who knows?
With a fanny pack.
With a fanny pack. Just classing up the joint.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's the only kind of ideas I have, sir.
It's Corner House Chronicles Day.
It's just different enough.
And here's the kicker, boss. They're all the same personality.
They're assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 1.5 million asshole penguins.
Best part.
I'm going to try and pace it out, so just as you forget about me, I'll just pop in and remind you.
Hello again, everyone. I'm John.
I'm Jason.
We are the Corner House Chronicles.
Welcome.
We are back for episode 58.
Bam.
58.
I know. Thinking about it.
It's been a while.
It's been over a year.
It has.
Over a year. Doing this fun shit.
Way too much fun.
Highly enjoyable making a podcast, folks. Just so you know.
We thank you, listeners.
Oh, yeah.
For checking back in time and time again.
We appreciate it.
For those of you who are new to our show, we would encourage you to go back and listen to previous episodes, including the last one.
Especially the last one.
57. That was a great one.
Oh.
Cheers to that.
Wow.
That turned out fantastic for us. Marty was here. We talked about Project Scissorgate. We talked about the Shriners. We learned some shit.
We learned a lot of shit.
I learned some shit, man.
I
was impressed.
It made you, I don't know, it pumped me up.
It did.
Marty pumped me up just from him. He is just such a positive fucking guy.
It's infectious.
Holy shit.
Yeah, for sure. I was enjoying it. With listening to it over and over again when I was going through it and stuff.
The man did not stop smiling.
No, and the pictures were proof for that.
Oh, yeah. So, big thank you to Marty for coming on.
Yes, we look forward to having you back, sir.
For all the listeners, please give 57 a listen. Not for our numbers, not for our ego, none of that shit.
No, for the message.
The power of positivity from this man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. He has an amazing story, and the story just keeps going.
Yeah, even better future.
Fuck yes.
From that, we get into the Save the Afro fundraiser that we did.
We started with the idea of trying to raise money for Marty's foundation, Project Scissorgate. And the best idea we had at the time was raise money, or we would have to cut John's hair.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not familiar, check out some pictures, because good Lord, he was like an alpaca.
Yeah, I do have llama qualities to my hairdo. I want to cut it.
I'm back to that again.
I am beyond. Well, no. Okay, let me say this. Let me start over. When we decided to do this,
originally, yes,
I was ready to cut it.
It was time.
Now, fast forward to now, I'm good with it. I'm gonna hold on.
Now to when it's 20
I don't have a
degrees
choice,
out again. But yeah,
I'm good with it. So we decided we're gonna try and raise $250.
It seemed like a reasonable amount.
It did.
Yeah,
it did absolutely. By New Year's Day.
Yes.
2019. And if we did, I'll keep the fro until March 1st.
Good extension.
That's 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, I figure that's how we'll do it, 2 months at a time.
Baby steps.
We're proud to say we hit our 250 goal.
Quickly.
We did it.
Quickly.
We did it with the help of some key people. We did it. Thank you to everyone who donated.
It's hard to put into words. It's gratifying for us that we're able to help with Marty's project.
Yeah.
Especially just hearing his story and the people he's connected with, like the Shriners Hospital.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, again, in episode 57, I even said, like, to my knowledge, the Shriners were the guys in parades that were in the little go-karts wearing
with the funny hats. Yep.
That was it.
That's what we knew.
Marty,
I concur.
Marty threw it down, and like how they impact the lives of children and the families. It's just like, oh God, why doesn't everyone know about the Shriners? Everyone.
To get even more personal, how it impacted
him,
his life,
and his parents.
Yeah. How it helped him along the way.
When all the other doctors were like, nope, nothing you can do. Oh, it's probably this. He might not live past 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go to the Shriners and like, no. Check this out. we're going to fix them as best
We
as
are
we
going
can.
to fix them, right?
We're
And
going to
here's
help
how we're
them.
going to do it.
You get a free ride here.
Yep.
You don't pay shit.
Uh,
It's all fucking self-funded.
that was good shit.
Wow.
And for the foundation to do what he does, for people.
Helping new families.
Yeah. That's
helping
exciting.
existing families that may not know what to do, where to go.
Who to
He's-
talk to.
He is doing an amazing job.
We're looking forward to having Marty back here.
Marty is a good fucking guy.
Hopefully, maybe March or so,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Get an update on what he's doing.
After his little break.
Yeah. He needs one.
So we hit our goal.
That,
I am keeping the hair until March 1st. That's a done deal. Set in stone.
again, thank you everyone who donated.
Yes.
Shared, liked.
We're going to work on some kind of fun thing to do from New Year's until March 1st to keep the fro after.
We're working on that.
Until then,
From today, as of recording this,
until New Year's Day.
until New Year's Day, which is still crazy to think.
Is that 25 days?
24.
24 days?
24
Okay.
days.
Math.
Hashtag math.
We're going to try and raise another $150 towards a foundation.
Which seems reasonable.
I'm good with it.
I'm good with it too.
And if we hit that goal,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to straighten out the hair.
Straighten it out. Now, I have been a champion, if you will, of this idea for quite a while. Since Chris was on the show and he brought up the challenge, he brought the box of straightening.
I do still have that
solution.
box,
You
too.
fucking
yes.
better still
Yeah.
have that box.
I don't know if we'll use it or not, but I have
I don't
it.
know. But through his challenge, which I graciously denied because I ain't eating no ham
Me
sandwich.
too.
But thank you again, Chris. Big time. But we do have the components to straighten John's hair. And I think it'll look something akin to the bad guy in the movie The Crow.
The first crow.
The
yeah.
first crow.
Yeah.
I forget his name off the top of my head, but
Oh.
yeah, I know. It's something like,
I'm not going to remember it.
I can Google it, but it's like the Saturday
all right,
Man or
yeah.
some shit like that, but it's not the Saturday.
It might look like that, yeah.
That's what I mentally picture you, but I picture you
With a part down the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I picture you with your fucking overcoat on.
Okay.
It's just like a camel hair fucking like winter overcoat.
Let's make that happen.
I'm just saying that picture may be posted depending on if we can hit our goal.
Now, see, originally I agreed to straighten it no matter what, but that was before we hit the goal. So now
That was before we came up
got to up
with
the challenge a little bit.
a little bit, but that was before we even came up with the idea of trying to raise money for
True.
Project Scissorgate.
So as we're going to move forward with this fundraising adventure, I mean, using the hair, we might as well come up with some
Hey,
funny as
if
possible.
it ain't broke,
right?
don't fix it.
So I'm thinking maybe
Dabbling with the idea.
I'm dabbling with the idea that from New Year's Day to March 1st, we go with some sort of either save the fro versus cut the fro donation, and
Okay.
whichever wins we go with, or
Top Dollar was
Big-
the name of the villain of The Crow.
top dollar.
Top
I like
dollar.
that for what we're doing.
Yeah.
I like that. Or some kind of Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse style mullet. Just free flowing, curly in the back, party up front.
Very
Yeah,
80s
yes,
inspired,
yes.
possibly feathered.
We got ideas.
Highlights. We don't know how crazy this is going to get.
We got till New Year's to make this decision.
We got 20 some odd days to get this.
For now, let's try and straighten
moving.
it.
I'm just saying, if you ever wondered what John would look like with straightened shoulder length hair that happens to be cut in a mullet, highlighted beach blonde.
Oh, I'll highlight the shit
I'm
out
just
of
saying,
it.
like, there's
If we're going to do it, we're going to go big. Yes.
That's the whole point of this.
If you
It's
want
the
to know
spirit of the idea here.
the seriousness of the curls that I got going on, our Facebook page, which is Corner House Chronicles, or our Twitter page, which is at Corner HC Podcast. There's a picture of me
Oh, yeah. You can see
fresh out of the shower, curls a dangling. And
Soon to be pictures of you with a highly picked out fro to get the
picked out fro and
comparison.
then possibly straight.
Possibly straightened. Because
So-
I think this is going to go below shoulder length.
I think it's going to look awesome.
I think so. I think you're going to fall in love and be like, I'm not cutting this shit.
I don't want to
care.
cut it. Yeah. As of today, I don't want to
think
cut
your wife
it.
is going to be like, holy shit.
If she gets to straighten it, she'll be happy for a little while.
Oh, yeah. But if she likes the way it looks straightened,
I know.
I don't know how far this challenge can go after that.
Now I'm talking about real life stuff.
The veto power of the wife is
yeah,
real.
yeah. She wins, that's for sure. But we are excited to be a part of this.
Hugely.
And
oh, gosh.
we want to do more.
Yeah,
So
so
please
much-
help.
if we
Play,
can.
play along.
Yeah.
Please.
And again, listen to his episode 57, just to get a feel for his story. Now, I don't give a shit about our numbers on the show.
No.
Like, for like a personal gain. I just want people to hear it.
Yeah. It's not even about the hair.
He's so fucking motivational.
Yeah.
Fuck Tony Robbins, or whatever the fuck his name is. Banana Hands.
I would put Marty in number 1 and then like Gary V number 2.
Okay.
And then
That's
maybe
fair.
Tony Robbins like a distant third.
It's weird being
because of
in-
his hands.
I was going to say, it's weird being in the presence of someone that just,
Positive.
yeah, there's no other word for it. Like
Infectious is the only thing I can come
Yeah.
up with. It's like I
There-
smiled for
you
days
have-
after recording
Oh,
that
God.
episode. I did.
I went home after doing the show, and I was like, yeah, all the shit I'm worried about in my life, like,
Mhm.
how does that even compare to the shit in his life?
Nope.
And he's just so like, what the fuck's going on, man? How you doing? Blah, blah, and smiling the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time. And he's just so excited that he can spread that message.
Yep.
And it's like, wow. Wow.
Perspective, man. It brings
oh,
it in.
man, it kicks you right in the junk and fucking makes you focus on shit.
Brings it in tightly.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Shout out to Marty.
Yeah, Marty.
We appreciate you coming on, sir. Thank you. Looking forward to the next time.
Yes, sir.
From there, I would like to shift into our Christmas movie brackets
Of course.
because as we speak, round 3 is in fact
It's
moving
on.
along.
Oh, man.
we are-
Shit has not gone, again, the way I anticipated. And I even, like, tried to think, like, okay, this is what I would like. And then, like, all right, this is how it's probably going to go. Because people are going to vote for this movie because no one ever fucking heard of it.
Right.
But they're going to love it. And it's going to beat out this fucking monster.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, that shit happens. And then you get, like, 2 titans together, and then all hell breaks loose.
So this might throw you a little bit, but we actually forgot a pretty good Christmas movie when we did this.
Yeah, we're still...
Fred Claus
Fred Claus?
with Vince Vaughn, where he's the brother of Santa. Remember that movie? Did you ever see it?
This is the first time I've heard of this
Really?
movie.
Okay.
Which
It's
is
pretty popular a few years back.
I kind of
you know.
feel caught off guard here. I'm
Oh.
a movie guy, and
It was on the TV earlier today,
ah,
and the wife and the kids were watching it, and I was like, "Damn, we forgot about this movie."
like how long ago was that? Fred Claus,
And like I said, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. At this point, irrelevant.
irrelevant.
What is relevant is round 3, which, as you're listening to this, you have the opportunity to sway one way or the other by going to Facebook, Twitter, or Patreon. Round 3 matchups. We have 8 movies in round 3. 7 of them classic think of Christmas movies.
Okay, what is the oddball?
Lethal Weapon.
See, I wouldn't classify that as an oddball.
Really?
But that's personal.
I'm going to list you the other 7 real quick, and then
Okay.
you tell me where Lethal Weapon fits in your mental capacity
All right,
of what
all right.
you think of Christmas movies. Home Alone, The
Yeah.
Santa Claus, National Lampoon's
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, Nightmare Before Christmas, Ernest Saves Christmas, and Scrooged.
Fair enough.
So Lethal Weapon is
Yeah,
number 8 on the list
is
of
that is definitely
thinking
the
of Christmas.
oddball.
What hurts the most is that Die Hard didn't make it to round
Yeah,
3, and
we-
Lethal Weapon did.
But to be fair, Lethal Weapon did not go against Home Alone.
It didn't. It
Yeah,
did
I mean,
not.
It's how
If Lethal Weapon beats National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation,
it's not going to happen.
and then Home Alone beats the Santa Claus,
The shitter is too full.
then Home Alone and Lethal Weapon will go against. Basically, what we're looking at is a powerhouse Elite 8.
Oh God, think of the top 4.
You want to make a pick real quick?
I will.
Okay.
So what do we got here? We got. I'll go for the top 8. Or what are we in?
We got
We're in
Elite
the
Eight
top-
right now.
We're in the Elite Eight.
Home Alone, Santa Claus.
Home Alone.
Okay. Lethal Weapon, National Lampoons.
National Lampoons.
Okay. Christmas Story, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Christmas Story.
Ernest, Scrooged.
Scrooged.
Okay.
Although I'm so proud that Ernest made it that far.
I'm good with it too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you want to break it out even further, if we go into the final two,
Uh-huh.
I would say
So you picked Home Alone and National Lampoons.
I would say National Lampoon would win.
Christmas Story and Scrooged.
I would love so much for Scrooge to go to the finals,
But
I think A Christmas Story versus National Lampoons for the finals. And I think National Lampoons wins it all. That is my theory, and of course it will not come
nowhere near true.
nowhere near true.
My bold ass
Oddly,
prediction.
people might go fucking apeshit and vote for Ernest. We don't know.
I'm hoping that.
Oh, that'd
I
be
love
so
Scrooged,
cool.
but I'm
Oh,
hoping Ernest
oh.
represents. My bold ass prediction is that the Santa Claus beats Home Alone.
Ooh.
I think Tim Allen nailed that first movie.
Oh, it was a great fucking movie.
Yeah, and Home Alone is what
It's
it
a
is.
classic, yeah.
Santa Claus is way more Christmas.
I think so.
I personally think it's going to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation against A Christmas Story for the
Okay.
final two. So we'll see how that goes for my bracket.
I still think National Lampoon's is just going to run the table.
I think A Christmas Story is going to win. I do. I really think that's
As much
gonna
as people
win.
love it, I mean, 24 hours is just a long
They're done with
time.
that.
What do you mean?
I heard that they're not doing that 24-hour thing anymore.
No?
No, it's going to be like it's going to play 3 or 4 times during the day on Christmas Day. I know you're checking right now. Let's double check.
No,
that.
I'm checking something else.
Oh, but I swear I read that. I said heard earlier. I keep saying I always say heard, but
I mean, it's a habit.
It's a headline
habit.
thing.
So, last episode. No, was it last episode? I think it was when we talked about the brackets briefly.
Yeah,
Last episode?
with
Again,
Marty or the
I don't
one
know.
before. Okay,
Everything collides together back when we
in
get
the
to
previous.
in the previous episodes, we talked about, is there any other 24-hour
Movies.
movies?
Yeah, yeah.
And I couldn't think of it, but I said the Independent Film Channel, IFC.
You found it?
I did.
Nice.
So, the Independent Film Channel,
Uh-huh.
if you guys have it who are listening, on December 25th,
Christmas Day.
Christmas morning at 3:45 a.m., they're going to play Pee-wee's Playhouse. And then we're going to do that until 5:45. And then they're going to play Night Flight. I'm not sure what that is. And then from 6 to 6:30, more Pee-wee's Playhouse. But at 6:30 a.m., they're going to play Die Hard with a Vengeance. At 9:15, Live Free or Die Hard. At 12:15 p.m., Die Hard with a Vengeance. And then from 3 p.m. on, they're playing Die Hard. The best Christmas movie around. And that's going on until midnight. And then they're going to close the night at 3 a.m. with Die Hard with a Vengeance. So, A Christmas Story is no longer the tradition. I think IFC should do this every year.
Yeah, they should.
Die Hard is a classic Christmas movie, my opinion. Hopefully yours too.
Do you think if the Christmas Story, did they have
It got
sequels?
played out.
Did they have sequels?
Yes, there was one.
Okay.
It's called A Summer Story.
Die Hard had how many?
Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, and then the Russian one where they brought in John McClane's son, which I don't remember the name, but it kind of tanked.
Okay.
So
But
there's
that's 5.
Still, that's a good run.
Now, if the Independent Film Channel was to
IFC.
run the original Die Hard
Yep.
for 24 hours straight, it would compare because it's one movie.
Yes.
But because Christmas Story doesn't have legitimate sequels
It has a sequel.
up to 5.
Because, all right, to jump in real quick, sorry. The Christmas Story is from a book of short stories from one guy who
True.
wrote
True.
about his life experiences. There's a Christmas story, there's a summer story, there's like an Easter story, there's blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And they tried to make a sequel with a summer story, which wasn't bad, but it was like straight to DVD type shit.
It just didn't hit.
It didn't hit. It had,
Okay.
I think, one of the Culkin brothers, the younger ones, not Macaulay, but one of his brothers was like the lead.
Okay.
It had the guy, I forget his name. He was in the Beethoven movies as the dad.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played the
Yeah,
dad
okay.
instead of the original guy.
He played the dad.
They recast everybody pretty
Yeah.
much. So,
Reboot.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of tough.
It was like somewhere between a reboot and a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like if
It's outstanding that you remember what you do of that.
it's creepy. This
It
shit.
is.
I wish it was like math or a separate language, something. But no, movies, you could start saying a movie, like describing a scene. Don't say the character's name, dialogue. I'm like, oh, it's this movie.
Dude, I just had a great idea.
Okay.
We need to get together a Corner House Chronicles trivia team and start attacking the bars in our area on trivia night.
I do well, except for music.
Dude,
There you go. I know.
here I am.
I see you. You're across the table.
We could run some shit, and they give out money, dude.
Oh, I know. You would not.
How big is a trivia team? 4? 5?
Usually about 4.
4? Okay. So we need 2 more. I'll tell you, Jeannie knows TV and movie like nobody's business.
We would need a history guy. I'm decent at history, but not
Or girl.
great. Or girl. And I haven't been to one of the trivia nights in a while, so I don't know what else they do. But I will tell you this.
Sports is a big one. I know that.
So, what was the last movie you watched that
Ooh.
you can remember?
Ooh.
Doesn't have to be like,
It doesn't have to be new.
yeah.
This sucks. I watched about 3/4 of Jingle All the Way earlier today.
Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Very good
Yeah.
movie.
It's just because I was eating dinner and it was on TV.
So, you know when like either like TriStar or Universal, when that hits
Yeah.
and then the music for the movie starts,
Uh-huh.
from that time to when the actual name of the movie appears, you would not believe the number of movies I can name just in that time frame.
I believe it. I
just
believe
based
it.
off the music and some of like fucking names.
We should do a challenge between you and my wife, Jeannie. Because
Okay.
she's pretty good at that, too.
It's creepy.
She can hear it from the kitchen and be like, oh, that movie's on.
Scrooge is on again.
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
you really going to watch Predator 3?
Yeah.
You're like,
She's
what?
pretty
What?
good. We should do a little challenge
Oh.
for sure.
I'm in. Let's see if Jeannie's in. We'll have to get her back on the show.
So you have 2 challenges for 2019.
I
You
do.
realize that?
No, I didn't. Till just now.
Yeah.
Till you said it.
Super Mario Kart
Super Mario Kart.
With
I got to
the
beat my
nephew.
nephew.
and then movie challenge with
Oh.
Jeannie.
God.
2019's looking up, folks. I like it.
I'm more concerned about the Mario Kart challenge. Not gonna lie.
Well, you should be. You should be.
I've heard things about
Right.
this young man
Right.
in Mario Kart.
He might kick your ass.
He might kick my ass. 2 out of 3. I know I can beat him in the original, no problem.
Right. You better.
Oh, come on.
If you lose that, he
Come
unplugged your controller or something.
I'll concede just then and there.
Right. We don't need to do the other 2.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
lose.
no. If I
You
lose
win,
in Super
sir.
Mario Kart, then I'll just say that young man right there. He's the next champion.
Yeah. We will cheers some beer of the week to that.
Exactly.
You want to do the honors this week?
Oh, lovely. I will. Tonight's an interesting one. It's a new brand for us. We've haven't tried before.
That was my goal when I hit the store.
It's usually my goal, but it's really tough.
It is.
Because finding some of the, I don't want to say lesser names, but the smaller breweries.
Hard to reach.
Yeah.
Hard to find.
The ones that may not have.
The ones on the puzzle.
The ones
Dude,
on
3/4 of that puzzle we haven't tried yet. That's
This is
crazy.
true.
And this one isn't even on the puzzle. Amazingly enough.
It's tough because you don't know what their distribution is like.
Right.
But tonight, we have one that is technically a collaboration between 2 breweries. It's called Electron Brown. It's from Old Nation Brewing Company out of Williamston, Michigan, in a collaboration with Detroit Draft Divas, which is a home brewery. Let's see. Our joint effort with the Detroit Draft Divas is a double brown ale with lots of roasted chestnuts steeped in the whirlpool before fermentation. named in the memory of Ron Brown, our dearly missed engineer / general problem solver here at Old Nation. This aggressive double brown ale is brewed with chestnuts for a pillowy mouthful and finished with fresh ground espresso beans for a huge coffee aroma and flavor. Lightly sweet. And I will say,
Huge
coffee flavor and aroma. It hits you right in the mouth.
right in the morning.
Oh, it's a good morning beer. If you happen to be off, not working, no responsibilities for the
Camping
first
or
few
whatnot,
hours.
yeah.
It'd be a great camping
Would
beer.
be a great camping beer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I
Headed
must
down
say,
to the lake with a fucking coffee beer.
man.
That'd be great shit. I do like the logo.
the design on the can is fantastic.
The red in his sunglasses really,
It's
really
amazing.
pops it. As
So it's a
far as the shelf, though.
The shelf? Where? Ooh, this is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm definitely putting it in the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
For can design, it's number 1 in my opinion right now. It's taking the lead
Yeah.
for me. It's very well executed. Whoever designed the can, kudos. You know what you're doing. Fantastic palette. The balance of colors and shades, doing well. So in the front, we got a guy in a cap, sunglasses, and a scarf with some espresso beans, some wheels, and a wrench as the bottom there. Lovely can.
Good stuff.
Lovely design.
Tasty brew.
It's very tasty. And the espresso, yeah, you taste it. I don't know about no chestnuts, but espresso beans all day.
Well, we'll call this the chestnut will be our Christmas tie-in.
There you go.
There we go.
Roasting over an open
Mhm.
flame. I like it.
Plus, the dude looks like Bruce Willis.
A
man.
little bit. He looks
does-
like Bruce
he-
Willis, clean shaven with
Yeah.
sunglasses and some sort of.
Like, I look at it and I see if Bruce Willis's character in the movie Sin City was a villain, that's what he would look like. Right? Instead of being a cop, he's this dude.
Good
and
call,
he,
sir.
And
Good
he like
fucking call.
he he like goes against the little prostitute ring that they have in
Yeah.
Sin City. You know,
Yeah.
that's their villain. Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I could see his fucking scarf flapping in the breeze.
Right.
all
I'm
black
already
and
writing
white.
the script.
Oh, look at
Trademark,
you.
baby. Trademark. Season 2. Collaboration beers and more trademarks. That's what you get from us.
Get Frank Miller and Robert Rodriguez on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
We're going for number 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I'm
like
in
it.
with that. I'm in with that.
But again,
Shout out.
Very tasty beer and a big shout out.
Old Nation.
Old Nation Brewing Company.
And Detroit Divas.
Detroit Draft Divas.
Draft Divas.
Fantastic product.
Thank you, y'all.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
And again, Michigan is just kicking the dog shit out of craft beer. Wow.
We haven't had to duplicate yet.
I don't think we will.
Probably
I-
not.
it-
Probably
the
not.
more the show goes on, we've done 58 episodes and haven't double dipped.
I think we'll be good.
And there's a plethora of options out there
Mhm.
that we still haven't fucking even seen or heard
Mhm.
of.
Speaking of plethora,
Ooh, I like the word.
videos on the web.
You can't get away from them. And some of them are amazing. And some of them are kind of
Okay, I've got 2 here that are key, and I want to know which one you would
Key?
like to. Yeah, key.
Damn.
Top notch.
top shelf.
The knife video or the
Fuck.
man who can talk backwards.
All right. Both of them threw me back.
Right.
The
But-
man with the knife, I mean, that was a, 30-second video?
Yeah,
Less
it's about
than a minute.
Yeah,
A
it's like
minute,
40
maybe.
seconds. Yeah.
That kicked you in the face from like second 2. Oh my God. And he sings a fucking song.
And he sings a song while he's doing it. Yeah, it's
This man is a
crazy.
fucking Marine.
And let's just
And
say,
he stares at the camera for a good chunk of this.
While
Not
he's
looking at
doing
his
it.
hand or the knife. He's looking at the camera, singing his little song. I wish. Do we know this man's name?
I don't. I
Probably
didn't
not,
look.
but-
If you watch the video, I'm sure his name
Oh.
badge is on the uniform, but I didn't look up his name.
No.
No.
We can play a little, like a little snippet of it, just to hear some of that song.
same. I play this game cause that's what it's all about. No, you can't use a pencil, and you can't use a pen. No, it's not hard to use a knife when danger is your friend. Oh, chop, 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 chop. I'm picking up the speed, and if I hit my finger, then my hand will start to bleed.
Please look up that video.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Again, Blade World is the Facebook page,
Yeah.
and you'll see it. You can't miss it.
The song alone
Right.
is kind of
right,
creepy.
Right.
But then when you watch it, you're just like, you're going to fucking hurt yourself.
I kept expecting a fucking knife blade to a knuckle. It was just there, and it didn't happen. But kudos to that young man, man.
That young Marine. The fact that he looked at the camera, just like, yes, this is what I'm doing.
Right. He's
While
not even
singing.
watching the knife.
Oh,
it's
my
crazy.
Gosh. The backwards, man, that threw me off, though.
Yes, this other gentleman that we found on the interweb, his name is John Sever Austin. Is it Sever?
John Austin. I don't know how
John
to
Austin.
correctly
We're
pronounce
going
the
to go
middle.
with Sever, just the way it's spelled. But this guy talks backwards. Now, Jay, you've done this on our show.
I messed around. I didn't actually...
It was a part of our intro
Yeah, I've done-
early.
But I didn't actually, like,
No idea.
break it down. And, yes, this is how
Right.
you actually say, welcome to Cornerhouse Chronicles backwards.
Hey, I'm the backwards dude.
This gentleman.
And I can talk in reverse. This app will take anything I say and reverse it. So what do you want me to say?
Say I'm not 100 bees working together. No way.
And he plays it backwards.
I'm not 100 bees working together.
What?
It is...
Yeah.
How does your brain do
This is creepy.
And the video
People
just
are
gets, like,
amazed when I tell
more
them I
in
can talk
depth of
backwards
what
and
he
completely blown
says.
away when I do it.
He sings. When he sings,
I was reading the best net rocks roll 70 years ago.
he sounds like an Amish guy.
Or, yeah.
Request for really hard words. Here's an example: anti-disestablishmentarianism. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. One thing that people like to
It's
challenge me to
so
say
weird.
is, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood backwards? And that is, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Not only can
It's amazing, dude.
I would think we should, while you're on the video right now, why don't you give that a repost from the Cornerhouse Chronicles Facebook page?
Absolutely.
So that way the folks listening can just go to our page, click it, and see an entirety of this gentleman doing his talent.
He goes on in the video to talk about, like,
About how he first
weird,
started.
just being a weird person and embracing it and
Yeah.
going forward with life.
accidentally
and
listening to a record
yeah.
backwards and
That-
some of the
yeah,
records
yeah,
that he was
right.
like, wow, that actually sounds pretty cool. And then he started like trying to do it himself, and it just grew from there. But he does Missy Elliott. Is your university yet?
What's awesome is I downloaded an app that does this, where it takes what you say in reverse and will play it straight or play your straight talk in reverse. So we're going to mess with that.
We are going to play with that.
2019, baby. Season 2 is going to be exciting as shit.
We might have some sort of challenge or guess what we said. I don't know, but if they download the app and then just play it, well, we'll figure it out. We're going to have fun with it.
We got to have them in studio,
In studio, there you go.
like a actual game show style, where we
We do
you
have,
have to guess what Jay said backwards.
we have a show coming up in the future where we'll have a few guests and we can try it on that one.
Yes, that'll work.
That will work.
That will work. I don't understand how your brain could do that personally, but
I haven't figured it out yet, but
well, you figured out how to say the words. You just don't know how to arrange them
correctly.
there you go.
Yeah. It's going to take some practice, but I'll
But now that you know,
I got
we
some-
have an app.
I got some free time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's called Reverse Talk. That's the app.
Hashtag reverse talk.
Chop, chop, chop.
I still, if he fucked up once,
One time. That's all it took.
that's all it took. He got that first take. I guarantee he got that first take because there was no bandages on that
Nope.
man's hand.
Nope.
Oh,
He's
man.
still ordering 10 beers. So there's some other cool shit we found on the web.
There's a segment we wanted to bring back that we dabbled with in season 1. It was interesting people of Reddit. The random fun things we find on that just amazing website.
Rabbit hole.
It's
I don't even call it a website anymore.
Just call it a rabbit hole.
I call it a rabbit hole.
It's worse than YouTube, but it's better than YouTube. There's so much on there. There's everything on there. Anything and everything. But a couple days ago, I was perusing said website, and I found a thread that was entitled Interesting People of History.
We've had a couple of those on the show.
We have indeed. We've tried.
Remember the dude with the collective conscience? He would pass out on the couch
Yes, I do.
and predict the future or some
Yes.
crazy shit. You found that on Reddit, didn't you?
No, I found that up on the History Channel. Actually.
Damn it.
He was on. People have talked about him on Reddit. though,
Okay. All right.
If you want to.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
But this guy,
This guy was a few posts down in this thread. There were some interesting people that people posted, but this one stood out to me by a long shot. Lord Timothy Dexter, born January 22nd of 1747, passed away October 26th, 1806. He was an American businessman. In reality, this gentleman was a functioning illiterate, what we would consider today a functioning illiterate.
right?
He grew up poor to the son of a shoemaker, but he married well.
Smart man.
I think it was a smart woman. I mean, for the times, well, what she thought was going to be a smart move. He married a rich widow. And unfortunately, in those times, women were pretty much considered property, sad to say.
Even if they were the rich one?
Even if they had millions. I mean, they held more power than the average person because of their money. But still, if they married, it was still the man who ruled.
Right.
Which, unfortunately, in this lady's case, it kind of worked for her, but in some ways it didn't. But this man, if you ever grew up poor, you always imagine like what you would do if you were rich, right? I have.
Guilty.
So he comes into some money because of the marriage, and he starts pretty much overnight hanging out with a different class of people, going from a poor shoemaker's son to an upscale elite in his city. He starts hanging out with the high society of his area, right? And not being very bright, he was poorly educated, but it didn't stop him. All these new people that he's starting to associate with, he finds out that they start dabbling in stocks. My man starts dabbling in stocks too. But not knowing what he's doing, he just starts buying the really cheap stuff. But apparently...
Sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar. But apparently, Lady Luck happens to be on this gentleman's side. All the stocks he buys just start skyrocketing. And he starts making some money. And he's like, hey, look at me go. And it gets to the point where the other, like, social elite get kind of muffed.
They get pissed.
They get pissed.
Right.
Like, how the fuck is this guy doing good?
Right.
He's just, like, rolling fucking dice and picking shit blind. All
I had
right.
to wait to inherit my...
Yeah. This is all like, how dare he? This is the old money club.
It's like Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places. Like that kind of money.
Exactly.
The Duke and Duke brothers.
There you go. Great movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Another Christmas movie.
oh, great Christmas movie. Check out the brackets. So, the other folks in this high-to-do society that he's now a part of come up with a plan to fuck with him, which, take it how you want, bullying.
In theory, it's a good plan.
It's a good plan on their part
Right.
because he's an easy target.
Right.
So, one of the guys goes up to him and goes, hey, Tim, check this out. I got this on good authority.
Sir Timothy.
Sir Timothy. Lord Timothy Dexter. I heard that Jamaica is in desperate need of Bibles, mittens, and hot plates. Now we're going to pause here. At this time, Jamaica was not a very religious country.
No.
Nor
Rich.
does their climate require mittens
Or hot plates.
So
Joke's on you, Timothy.
So we hit the play button. So what does Mr. Lord Timothy Dexter do? He starts a shipping company.
Load them up, dude.
Builds 2 ships. Packs them full of mittens, hot plates, and Bibles.
Guess where they're headed, folks.
They're going to Jamaica.
Full steam ahead.
This is before Sandals Resort, so...
Right.
So, again, these are sailboats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a while for them to travel. So, in the months that it takes for them to get down to Jamaica from Virginia, a month, however long, a religious revival sweeps the country of Jamaica, and Christianity is back on top. So when that 2 boats pull into the harbor, those Bibles go quick.
Quick.
Gone.
Sold.
Sold before they're even unloaded.
Load the gold coins. The Bibles are out.
By happenstance, there's a couple boats from Russia, or that area, that have just unloaded some goods and have some room on their ships. So they buy up all those mittens right there at the docks for a profit. And the farmers...
You can guess it, folks.
You can see where this is going.
Uh-huh.
Some of the farmers that farm molasses, process that, figured out that the hot plates that he was selling could be handy for refining the cane sugar to make into molasses. So those went relatively quick and for a profit. Now fast forward when those boats get back to Virginia, Mr. Dexter made a hefty profit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's happy as a clam and thanks his buddies. Thanks for the tip.
Cigars on me, folks.
Oh, man, let's have a party. Pisses off the social elite friends to no end. So another one goes, I got it. Fuck this guy. I got this.
We got him, folks.
So he goes up to Mr. Timothy and he says, hey, I got it on good authority. Don't tell nobody. But Newcastle, England is in desperate need of coal. So what does Mr. Dexter do? He builds more ships. That's
Load
what
the
he
boats,
does.
dude.
A total of 7. Fills them with Virginia's finest coal and sets them off for Newcastle, England. The one thing he was not aware of was Newcastle at the time was the epicenter of the coal industry for Europe.
Sounds like it's going to backfire.
Yeah. It's like, hey, man, Pittsburgh really needs steel.
Right. Now, when I say it sounds like a backfire, I got to follow that with, but,
unbeknownst to everyone, as the ships were heading to Newcastle, England, the coal miners of Newcastle went on strike for 3 months.
Jackpot.
So guess who needed coal? Europe. Because their leading producer was on strike for 3 months. So as the 7 ships pulled up, packed to the brim with coal, those Europeans, English fucking lovely Britain motherfuckers, said, sold!
So we'll take your coal, sir.
For well over market value. And they came back. And Lord Timothy Dexter made even more money.
Wins again.
And he thanked his friends. And they were pissed. And what does he do with their money? I say their money because it was their idea.
Right.
He goes to the richest man in town and says, I'm going to buy your house. And he buys his fucking house from him. Makes him an offer that you could not pass up because that man does no real value of money. He says, here, I got your house. I'm going to hold fucking parties and get-togethers. I'm going to be top dog. It's going to be great. Fast forward a couple years, Mr. Dexter gets a little bit kind of loopy. Maybe he already was. We don't know.
This is my favorite part of the story right here.
This is where it gets interesting. One day...
What comes first? Faking or introducing?
Introducing.
Okay. All right, here we go.
One day, for whatever fucking reason,
He
gets
throws
it,
a party.
Well, no, before he throws a party.
Oh, okay.
This is before he throws the party. He gets
Okay.
it in his mind that unfortunately his wife has passed away. The rich widow that he married has expired.
She gone.
Now,
Actually,
in reality, she was not dead.
fully alive,
Fully alive.
fully capable.
So anytime guests would come over at this point, he would introduce, hello, welcome to my house, blah, 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 Timothy. This is the lovely ghost of my wife. And it would piss her off to no end because he would consistently refer her as the ghost of his late wife.
I kind of want to try this.
Like to his kids, like, oh, the ghost of your mom said that you need to do this.
Don't sit there. The ghost of your mom's sitting there.
Yeah.
Your mom's ghost said clean your bedroom.
And this goes on for a while.
Uh-huh.
And then
She's got to be so bitter.
pissed. Like, imagine, like, all right.
I couldn't even imagine.
Or imagine, like, all right, you strike it rich, right?
I would be
Something
so
happens,
angry.
and then in the future you marry another lady, right? And this lady just starts rolling those dice and comes up jackpot every goddamn time to the point where it outshadows you to where you're nothing.
So you introduce her as dead?
No, to where she starts introducing you as dead. Like, oh, this is the ghost of my husband, John. And you're just like, what the fuck? I'm right here. I can touch you.
I'm real.
And he's like,
I'm
it's
not
creepy shit
dead.
going on in this house. I apologize, but please try the shrimp cocktail.
Oh, shit.
So fast forward a little bit more. He gets the idea one day. I wonder what my funeral would be like. Fuck it. The man faked his own death.
Not just faked his own death.
There's more to the story.
Supplied his own funeral.
And wake. While laying in the casket.
With body.
With body. He's like all dolled up.
That's committed, dude.
Oh, man. He was in it to win
That's
it.
committed.
Imagine how long you got to sit in a casket for a fucking, like, memorial service and then a wake.
A day?
More
Day and a
than-
half? 2 days? I mean,
That's-
depending.
No bathroom breaks, no water, no drinks, no food.
He probably just pissed himself in that casket.
You don't know what he did in that casket.
I don't know.
You don't want to know what he did in that casket.
No,
Anyway.
thank you.
We get a point to the evening of the wake where the wife comes up to mourn, and she's not crying. Mainly because she married a idiot.
Or that she now gets to introduce him as the ghost.
There you go. But she's not crying. And it hits Mr. Dexter right in those feels. To the point where he leaps out of the casket, cane in hand, and starts chasing the, quote, ghost of his wife around the room. Yelling at her like, oh, you don't appreciate me and others such, because she's not crying at his wake. Scaring the shit out of A, his wife, who thought he was dead.
Right,
His
as
kids,
she's running through the room.
Exactly. And all the guests, which are the social elite of his area. Whew. That man lived a fucking life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just small snippets.
Sir Timothy Dexter.
Lord Timothy Dexter.
Lord
of Virginia.
Timothy Dexter. Kudos to you, sir.
Please look that gentleman up if you want to learn more about him, because holy shit, he did some other shit too, but wow, we got more stuff to pack into this episode.
How you gonna you fake your own death is one thing.
Yeah.
Lay in the casket for your funeral?
In the
Ooh.
wake, I mean, that's a
How did
24
nobody know he was breathing?
I don't know how that shit works.
How do you not see the body is moving up and down?
I don't know. I
You
mean,
think maybe it was like closed casket, but he could hear?
I don't know if it was closed. I think it may have been like opened from like the chest up, like the upper part. But I think at that point,
Still.
it's more of like, did he really have the friends? Were they there more to socialize and?
Oh, yeah, okay. So it was just a group of people in the back of the room.
And that happened to be a
There-
casket at
yeah,
the front
right,
of the room.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I don't know,
okay.
but holy shit.
So his wife was probably the only one up there at the casket, and she was like,
and the
"You
kids.
fucker."
And she's like, finally, you fucking died.
And he jumps up like, "I'm
Oh
gonna
my
kill
God.
you."
Yeah, like, you didn't cry. It's like, why don't you send more mittens to fucking Jamaica, you asshole?
Hey, you know what though? With that kind of money,
At that point, that
you
man.
run out of cool things to do, right? So faking your own death might be one of those things.
Or you start building
I might do that.
garden with life-size wooden statues of people you admire. Like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, a very various other amount of people.
I guess if you want to take the Timothy Dexter approach,
I mean,
know,
it's an
you know.
option. Just
Right.
saying, if you have the
Right.
money, why the fuck not?
Who would you build statues of if you had the money right now?
Danny DeVito, Johnny Cash. I would throw some oddball ones in there, like
Bruce Willis and Die Hard.
maybe not so much Bruce Willis. Maybe the cop. There was also the dad on Family Matters.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe him.
Mm-hmm.
Like just throw some weird, wacky shit. Carrot Top. Why the fuck not?
That would be a good one.
I mean, why not?
I don't know who I'd do. I
Dave
just
Grohl.
asked you that
I
question,
know.
just thinking like
It's
you,
another
you
top
weren't even
3
going to
list.
answer it, and then you did. So
But yeah, Timothy Dexter. You weird fuck you.
kudos. That's all I can say for that kind of shit.
Glad luck was on your side.
For that kind of commitment.
Oh, man.
The faking your death thing is just, it's interesting to me.
I mean,
To go through with it is one thing. To lay in the casket.
to have the
Oh.
balls to do such a thing. I mean, it slightly reminds me of another story I've heard today. It's not as grand on a scale of crazy,
Okay.
but it's more of lady luck shining on people.
Okay.
So there's a gentleman on Twitter that I found. His actual identity is still unknown, and he's trying to keep it a secret. But if you are on Twitter and you look up at a guy in the chair, please check out.
It's a guy in chair.
A guy
In chair.
in chair
Yes.
is his Twitter handle.
Yes.
A reference to the Spider-Man Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Ned wanted to be the guy in a chair. So on April 27th, 2018, when Avengers Infinity War hit theaters, this guy made a purchase. He purchased a couple domain names. Those domain names were Avengers Endgame and AvengersEndgameMovie.com.
I'm going to stop you right there.
You stop me right here.
This is like the American Dream 2018.
Possibly.
When you get so lucky as to
Possibly.
predict what they're going to call a movie
Because it was
And-
still unknown.
and website that shit.
There were rumors. We don't know if like he bought like 12 of all the different rumored titles of the movie.
True. And they could have bought it from him before they named the movie.
This
Who
is true.
knows?
We don't know how. Well, they probably didn't buy it from him yet.
No. Okay.
But this man rolled the dice, or lady. Well, it's a man.
It's a.
We'll go into that in a second.
Mhm.
He rolled the dice, and he purchased those domain names. Fast forward to earlier this week when they released the first trailer and the actual title of the movie for the next Avengers movies hit, and it was indeed Avengers Endgame. This guy had to be like, fuck yes. He was quoted to say he got goosebumps when he seen it.
That's the least. Holy
Least.
shit. I'd be seeing dollar signs for weeks, dude. I'd be buying shit that I couldn't afford already.
I wouldn't name the boat before I bought it.
I
but
would.
This gentleman
Something like that. I
had to be
would.
excited
Oof.
because he owns the domain names Avengers Endgame and AvengersEndgameMovie.com. And one of the beauty parts of what he's done so far is he has those domain names. If you click them, you get redirected to a different website. Clearly, because it can't go straight to Marvel's and Avengers
Right.
Endgame.
Right.
Instead, it goes to Fox Studios Deadpool.com, which is currently talking about Deadpool 2, the PG cut, which is a fantastic move on his part, because if you click Avengers Endgame and it takes you to Deadpool, that's something Deadpool would do, in my opinion.
You think they hit him up before the story broke? So they
For
already had
publicity?
like
Ooh, that'd
the
be
Fox
great.
Studios already had this, and as soon as he bought that website, they were like, all right, we want to.
I don't think that happened, but if it did, good job to fucking Disney and Marvel,
I'm telling you.
because hopefully
They're all in cahoots somehow. So
but hopefully this story catches on a bit more. But the gentleman was quoted to say, "I'm proud to say that I bought both of these before anyone on the internet theorized the Endgame was the title." He's like, "Since then, I've just been hanging back, waiting for the title release to confirm it. Then when I saw the trailer, I got goosebumps.
Mhm.
I would fucking too.
Dollar signs.
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
Dollar signs.
So what's funny though
That's genius.
is he doesn't want these. Like he's not here to make like some crazy money off fucking Marvel or Disney, but he is holding them for ransom.
Mm-hmm.
And he has
a plan.
Oh,
There's a goal.
I mean, this man is doing it right.
There's a goal.
He's holding it for ransom. But it's not money. It's not jewels. It's not fame. It's simply 2 tickets to the premiere of Avengers Endgame for one specific reason.
What's that reason?
The gentleman's wife wants to meet Thor, Chris Hemsworth.
Thor. The lady killer.
The lady killer. The son of Odin.
Well, hopefully she gets to meet him, right?
Hopefully this works out for the
this guy, he went through some shit, right?
He's quoted to say, "I'm really just a dude who played on a hunch, mainly because my wife wants to meet Thor." I mean, ladies out there listening to this, like you would want to meet Thor.
Mm-hmm.
And if your guy, husband, boyfriend, fiance, whatever,
Right.
was like, "Hey, babe, I'm going to buy this domain name. And if it works out the way I think, I can hold it for ransom for tickets, and maybe you can meet Thor."
Yeah.
How happy would you be? And especially if his hunch paid off.
Brownie points for
Oh.
years.
So this a guy in a chair, he has a power card possibly.
I hope.
I hope for him so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But currently, Disney/Marvel has their Avengers website, which is marvel.com/Avengers
Slash.
and which currently directs you to the Endgame
Right.
information. So I don't know how much they want the AvengersEndgame.com and AvengersEndgameMovie.com, but for his sake, I hope they fucking want it. And I hope he gets a little bit more. I mean, even if they don't want it, I hope this gets so viral and out there in the fucking
Me too.
internets that
But-
Marvel's just like, fuck it, give this guy 2 tickets.
Yeah. Oh, at least.
At
least,
Like,
yeah.
I hope Chris Hemsworth gets wind of this and be like, fuck, she wants to meet me? That guy fucking did all that. Fuck yeah, bring
He
him.
should sit next to her at the premiere.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
How cool would that
For
be?
sure. Like walk in arm in arm
That'd
with
be
her or
great
something.
for the wife. That the guy'd be like,
Yeah.
I get to milk the shit out of this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, maybe we
Because
should
his
tag.
plan paid off.
I wonder if we can. We'll see what we can do on the internet,
We're
and from our listeners, if we can try to start getting people to direct this to Thor himself.
I think he'll play along.
Because I think if we get to Thor, I mean, great for the guy for playing the hunch.
Right.
But I think if this starts picking up momentum,
Yeah, if you're a big actor or actress, why wouldn't you play along with something like this?
I mean, if somebody was doing that for like, I want to be on Cornell's Chronicles so I can talk to John, I'd be like, fuck yeah, come on up.
I'd pay them.
Yeah.
How much you want? Come on over. That's
Yeah. Oh man, I hope this guy makes. I hope it works out for him. I
Yeah.
really do.
what I really hope is that we can take notice from his action and do something ourselves.
I
I
would love that.
for sure. Let's
Have
look
Lady
ahead,
Luck on our side for once.
see something that nobody else sees, and boom, jump on it before them. Shit,
That'd be nice.
give me that payday.
I
You can
think
keep your rights.
I think everyone could jump on that train.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. It all depends. But to a guy in a chair on Twitter,
Good luck.
we wish the best for you, sir.
We're with you, man.
Oh, if there's anything we can do, let us know.
Yeah, for
Please.
sure, man. We'll spread some word, tag something, anything. We'll
do what
whatever.
we can.
Get them tickets.
Make that wife happy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we've covered so many different things tonight. It's been fun.
We hit a lot of different topics.
This is a good way to follow Marty's episode with a little rambling, a little
It's-
stumbling down the block,
It's tough to follow that. Not gonna lie.
That, and we kind of let the Electron Brown. We let it open the door.
It was unbeknownst at purchase that it was at 8%.
Oh, I knew.
Well, you did. You didn't share that until I was on my third one. but-
Right. It was good. Good shit. Thank you, Old Nation and your collaboration with the Detroit Draft Divas.
Oh, yes.
We have to check that out.
Yes.
Just another company we got to look into.
There's so many. And kudos to Michigan, Detroit, Grand Rapids, Traverse City. Name a city.
The whole state.
Oh, my goodness. And all their fucking craft breweries.
Way to go.
Churning out wonderful beverages.
Before we get out of here, we want to recap real quick with we're raising money for Project Scissorgate to straighten my hair now.
Straighten.
We've already established keep. Now it's straighten.
For the folks at home, Google search top dollar from the movie The Crow.
That's probably what I'm going to look like.
Somewhere
with a
in
beard.
Somewhere in that ballpark with a beard. That's what, at least in my mind, that's what I've been envisioning since Chris has put up that challenge.
Mm-hmm. I'm good with it.
Oh, man.
You know, whatever.
It's not going to disappoint. I
No.
will say that. And at the very least, you are helping a worthwhile charity.
Yes. We are helping.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yes.
Honestly.
Also, our brackets for Best Christmas Movie are going at Facebook and Twitter and Patreon. Please go over and vote in those. Share those with your friends and family. We appreciate it.
We want to see who you think is the best Christmas movie.
Look up John Seaver Austin, the man who talks backwards.
It is amazing.
That was interesting.
Wow.
Go to Blade World on Facebook and look up the knife video with the
Frightening.
Marine.
That man has,
Creepy.
Huevos.
I say creepy only because
I would be so scared to do it.
Yeah, I don't know that I could go.
I couldn't
the speed
sing.
he was at. And singing.
I couldn't go the speed. I couldn't sing the song, and I couldn't look directly in the camera
Looking
instead
at
of
the
looking at my
camera?
hand over the knife.
This guy's probably a sergeant in the Marines by now.
Oh man, I hope more than that.
Shout out to a guy in chair
on
Twitter. Good luck with your ransom.
I hope everything works out for you, sir.
Shout out to a guy in chair's wife.
Oh,
I hope you get to meet Thor.
I hope you do, and please
Pictures.
understand what your husband has done for you.
Yes.
That's love. If nothing else, this is just a story of love.
We appreciate the story, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's about it, man. We covered quite a bit of stuff. Episode 58's been fun.
Yeah.
Moving right along. 2019,
Episode
Season 2.
58, Season
Shit.
2. Season 2 is just a crazy thing to say.
It's weird we've been saying it for a couple of weeks now, but
I know. And the fact that
it's-
we're continuing on.
Mm-hmm.
We have the followers.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it. It's just a fun little experiment.
It's an adventure,
An adventure.
I like it. I appreciate it. We appreciate you listeners. Shout out to Die Hard. CHC #1 Christmas movie, even if it doesn't win the polls.
Fan favorite.
Fan favorite. We'll be back, episode 59. I think we have a special guest lined up, but I'm not 100% sure.
We'll see how it goes.
We got to check with the scheduling department on that one.
Life is a crazy beast.
Yep, they're over there in the corner not looking at us. The scheduling department. Thank you. You're on the spot, but you ain't doing shit.
Avoiding eye
Appreciate it.
contact. And we appreciate it.
Son of a bitch. And I will tease this. I found out that we have a new neighbor in the
What?
neighborhood. And he seems like kind of an oddball character.
In a good way?
I don't know.
We'll find
I don't
out,
know, but we're gonna
possibly.
find out because he don't know us. So I'm gonna invite him over, and I'm gonna entice him with some beers. We're gonna see if we can get this person over here. Meet your neighbor type situation.
There we go.
'Cause everybody needs
Welcome
to know
to the
somebody.
corner house.
Right, absolutely. So we'll keep you posted on that as we make contact. If we make contact, it's kind of like I'm worried it's the burbs. But it's not a big house that they moved into, so we'll see.
Like it.
So until next time, we'll say thank you, and we'll see you soon.